So as we started to look, the basis for the continuity of these teachings through time has been the fact that in each generation some people have been able to get it, that they've been able to taste something, see something. What is it that they get? Nothing. When we get something, we don't get nothing. And most of the time we're looking for something. So, how to get nothing? This has to be, well, this can be approached in many different ways. In the Buddhist teachings there are many aspects of this. The most outer general method is the path of renunciation, where you start by saying that many of the things in the world that people want to have, I recognize as having no value, therefore I renounce them, which could be ordinary employment, the safety of secure family existence, the comfort of intoxicating substances and so on. You say, no, I won't have any of these. I will take a real refuge in the Dharma and become a monk or a nun. That still leaves you with the fact of having your mental processes and having to try to have less of them. Opening to the emptiness of mental processes is quite difficult because they announce themselves as being of value. Each one that arises, each thought that we have, each feeling that we have says, I'm real, taste me, eat me, believe in me. And we do. It's just like Alice in Wonderland. She sees the bottle, drink me, okay. So whenever a thought comes in our mind, we're suckers for it, we're taken in. Because it seems to be what the label says. When we experience it, we realize it's not what the label says, but we believe in labels. This is the whole nature of samsara. It's about representations. It's about names. It's about categories. And we prefer the name to the substance. This is the basis of advertising. Making fool's gold appear to be real gold. Making cheap plastic toys from China appear to be Barbie. Now, Barbie has ultimate value. My Little Pony has ultimate value for a child. But really, it's cheap plastic tat. So, the representation, the symbolism, the symbolic fantasy dominates the child. And if the child can incorporate themselves into that fantasy, then the parents will be persuaded to spend £20, £50, £100 on cheap, meaningless bits of plastic. Because they will be the outer symbols that will hold, the outer forms that will hold the symbolic formation that's in the child's mind. And we operate in exactly the same way. We develop symbolic fields of reference, ideas in our heads, and we want them to be in the world. And so we keep looking in the world for something that we can project the longing, the fantasy onto. The object is not there. Because the world doesn't have stable objects which are always good and which we could have, or stable objects which are always bad, which we could avoid. The world is ceaselessly moving. Good things become bad, bad things become good. Friends become enemies, enemies become friends. How will you know? You have to be there, and you have to be there in the moment that things change from one form to another. But life would be much easier if the label was right. So that's what we believe. This is what attachment is. It's attachment to labeling, taking labeling to be a proof of the value of the contents. The contents are always empty, therefore the labels are always false. Once you really see that the Buddha's teaching of emptiness is correct, you know everything's empty. The difference between objects is only their label, because all of them are empty.